Hanggang ngayon, yan pa yung EDSA. Okay lang. At least gumanda lahat. Mag-iwan naman tayo ng pangit. We will not make it all smooth in the Philippines. We leave a little alley known as EDSA as the road to perdition. But anyway, since I could not get any funding, I traveled to China and make friends with them. The ambassador is Ambassador Zhao. Thank you for the help. And as a matter of fact, willing, said, if your Congress has no money, we will give you the money. And China has committed to build 2 bridges to span Pasig River, free of charge, so that you will be comfortable in crossing Pasig. Anyway, all the strategic road and transport projects shall go to naught if we cannot free our streets, which continue to be obstructed by illegally parked vehicles. Yung EDSA na yan, traffic obstructions and undisciplined drivers who stop in the middle of the road and unsanctioned barriers in some areas. I am directing the MMDA and the LGUs of Metro Manila as well as the LGUs of Metro Manila, Metro Cebu, and all other regional centers to ensure the flow of traffic and immediately clear our roads and thoroughfares of all unnecessary obstruction, including vehicles parked on the streets barriers. Sanctioned by government and penalize all traffic obstructions regardless of stature. Well, sometimes hindi mo mano dyan because the police, it's a cabinet member. Pero me, I have not authorized my cabinet member to utilize the low plate. So, it's not for us to you just use an ordinary plate para walang masabi yung tao. And I do not want you parking there when there's no parking. Please remove airports. We are building new airports. We might get some money also from China, and we'll have new airports in the coming days. We are now accelerating the implementation of the communications, navigation, surveillance, and air traffic management system projects, which will result in the on-time arrivals and departures, better manage air traffic, reduce flight operational costs, and safer and more convenient travel experience. Revenues are the lifeblood of government, which enables us to provide for the people's needs. Last May 31st, 2017, we achieved the first steps towards more equitable taxes to fund better services for the people. I commend the House of Representatives for heeding my urgent certification to the tax reform by passing the first of the 5 packages of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program with an overwhelming 246 votes representing almost 9% of the Filipino people. The fate of the tax reform is now in the hands of the Senate. Ano bang gusto ninyong gawin? Magluhod ako niyan? Well, really, I leave it up to you. We're all Filipinos. If you think that's a waste, fine. If you think it's not good, it's okay with me. I can survive. Next, I call on the Senate to support my tax reform in full and to pass it without haste. Ayaw mo magpakpak. Wala. Pati si ano, wala. You are not clapping, so maybe si Anggara, ayaw rin mag-clap. Bantay ka lang sa election, tignan mo. These reforms are designed to be pro-poor, especially when the people understand how the revenues will be spent. The passage of the tax reform law is needed to fund the proposed 218 budget, which I am submitting here and today. The poor and the vulnerable are at the heart of my tax reform. Your support will ensure that the benefits of the tax reform can be felt immediately by them. In the meantime, the Department of Finance and the Bureau of Internal Revenue are strengthening and running after tax evaders. I have directed the Department of Finance and the BIR to accept Mighty Corporation's offer of 25 billion to settle its tax liabilities. After the settlement, Mighty will no longer engage in tobacco business. This will be the biggest tax settlement on record. It will produce a windfall for government, which is significant since we have to face the unexpected costs of rebuilding Marawi and Ormoc. The acceptance of the tax settlement offer does not preclude other criminal charges against the company that the BIR may decide to file. The settlement will allow government to avoid a long battle that, as we saw in the previous years, could take years to resolve. Let this be a lesson to others. This administration will spare no one found cheating the government of its due. We view information and communications technology, or ICT, as an effective medium to implement positive and meaningful changes in our society. To this end, my cabinet approved the National Broadband Plan of 2017 to begin to bringing affordable internet access to every community and improving broadband connectivity in the country. We have installed free Wi-Fi internet in almost 400 public places around the country. We hope that the public will use to access important information and services. The National Government Portal, which we launched recently, will allow faster and easier delivery of public services and reduce the number of visits of the public for government transactions. The Digital Terrestrial Television Broadcasting Migration Plan has also been launched. The switch to digital from analog transmission will not only give a better TV viewing experience, but also provide effective, reliable information to Filipinos in times of calamities. The government-owned Salam Digital TV, the first Muslim TV in the Philippines, is now already on test broadcasting. There are some of the things that we have done for the past 12 months. A more detailed narrative contained in my report to the people will be released soon. Whether or not my first year of administration was a year of gains or a year of setbacks is not for me to say, but for the people to judge. I defer to the people's judgment. My fellow citizens, much remains to be done. Corruption persists like a fishbone stuck in the throat. It pains and it is disconcerting. We need to pry corruption from government corpus, which is deeply embedded. And we also need to put an end to squabbles and bickerings within agencies focused fully on speedy provisions of quality public service to our people. Believe me, it is easier to build from scratch than to dismantle the rotten and rebuild upon its rubbles. Nevertheless, let us work together and lay a new foundation upon which a better Philippines can be reconstructed. Help me build a better tomorrow. Let me end. Gusto ninyo? Uwi na tayo.